So the first thing I saw in that museum was the snapshot of modernity, showcasing that Strasbourg is the capital of the European Parliament, which I kind of chuckled at. I've never thought of Strasbourg as important. But I'll tell you, the museum did an excellent job educating me. Strasbourg's been kind of caught in the middle of almost all of the primary conflicts that define Europe. Starting with, in the Middle Ages, feudal versus republic, self-governed. Then, of course, Catholic versus Protestant. Then again, the struggle for self-governance, but this time against monarchy. And most recently, France versus Germany. And most of these conflicts were not merely matters of culture or, political ownership or taxes. It wasn't just that. There was a ton of bombardments. This city has been battered over the centuries. The reason for this dates back to that original epic, the Middle Ages. As soon as the city gained self-governance and independence, the first thing they did was build up a strong defense. So they built walls to surround the city, and then over the centuries they fortified those walls. There's also a strategic attraction to taking control of Strasbourg because it's on the Rhine. Immediately all of the trade and transportation swings in your favor. In addition, there's a really famous foundry here, so Strasbourg was really renowned for making cannons. They had those at their disposal, and as soon as you took over the city, you had that at your disposal. Now, those are all really good reasons to take Strasbourg by force, but fast forward, World War II, airplanes. That should have basically rendered all of that null and void. But at that point, ownership of the city had flip-flopped so many times that regardless of what side you were on, you couldn't really be sure if you would be greeted as liberators or fought off as conquerors. So even in World War II, Strasbourg and the broader Alsace region got pretty hit by Allied bombardments, but also by Nazi ones. So even though, when the world thinks of France, all eyes are on Paris, when you look back over the last 800-900 years that the museum chronicles, Strasbourg comes out not only as central, but really deserving, after all it's been through, to house the European Parliament. So on our last day in class, we had what was arguably our best meal, and the sommelier at that restaurant recommended this local boutique for wines here in Molsheim in the Alsace region. At the time, I thought, oh, this is really cool, thank you so much, but I'm probably not going to go because it wasn't on my itinerary. Next thing you know, as planned, I'm in Dallenheim at the preordained tasting. I did the tour, had a couple wines, bought a couple bottles, everything's good, but I leave it feeling a little hungry, but with nowhere in particular to be, so I'm just kind of browsing on Google Maps, and I noticed one of these green flags I put down in the middle of nowhere. So I zoom in, and it's this place. It's super close. It's like a 10-minute drive. And I just went inside, had some really nice, unique wines, bought a couple more bottles, and that's one of the awesome things about this region. It's a beautiful freaking day. I got my car with me. I got nowhere in particular in to be, so I can just drive around, enjoy the scenes of these vineyards, and then taste a couple of nice wines, buy a couple of nice bottles, and then off to the next one.